Hey everybody! Today's video is going to be over natural disasters. Natural disasters are things that happen all across the world in different ways, such as tornadoes, typhoons, or earthquakes. So I've got a video for us to start with and a slideshow after.
Natural disasters are part of the way the planet works. In the ideal world, we would all live in places that aren't affected by natural hazards. We wouldn't live near coastlines. We wouldn't live along the San Andreas Fault in California. We wouldn't live underneath the volcanoes in the Pacific Northwest. But we live where our homes are. I mean, those are the places that are important to us. And then there are many people that don't have choices. The museum is presenting this exhibit to describe these events to people so they have a better understanding of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, hurricanes, and tornadoes. But more than that, to begin thinking about the risks associated with them. As climate warms, we expect there to be more severe storms, more severe droughts, more wildfires, and to some extent, over the last decade, we've seen just that. There's no way we're going to avoid the natural hazards on a dynamic Earth, but there are certainly ways that we can learn to live with them to mitigate the risks to society.
Natural disasters. The first natural disaster is the tsunami. A tsunami is a train of gigantic waves that occur after an earthquake or volcanic eruption. They can be as high as 30 meters and travel as fast as a jet plane and go as far inland as 2 kilometers or 1 1/4 miles. Most tsunamis happen in the Pacific. Next is mudslides. Mudslides are fast-moving landslides that occur after heavy rains. They are rivers of mud, and they can destroy and kill everything in their path. Next are earthquakes. Earthquakes are caused by the movement of the Earth's plates, which lie under the surface of the Earth. Earthquakes occur suddenly. 4 out of 5 earthquakes take place in the Pacific Rim. Next is the avalanche. An avalanche is like a mudslide, except it is made up of ice and snow. They occur in the mountains after fresh snow falls and can travel at 80 miles an hour or 128 kilometers per hour. Next are droughts. A drought occurs when there has not been enough rain so that crops and plants can grow. Farm animals die and people don't have enough to eat. Next are forest fires, like those happening in California and Australia right now. Forest fires are fires that burn in forest areas. Lightning can start them, but usually careless people do. There are 100,000 fires in the US every year. They can travel at 14 miles an hour or 23 kilometers an hour and will destroy everything as they move. Drought and hot weather are also responsible for many fires. Next are blizzards. Blizzards are severe snowstorms with very high winds, extremely low temperatures, and poor or no visibility. They are especially dangerous for travelers who may get stuck in their cars and could suffer from hypothermia or freezing to death. Next are typhoons and cyclones. Typhoons are rotating tropical storms like hurricanes, but they occur in the northwest Pacific Ocean near Hawaii and Asia. Their winds can reach 200 miles per hour or 320 kilometers per hour. Cyclones are similar storms in the Indian Ocean. They both have torrential rains and storm surges, causing massive flooding. Floods. Floods are one of the worst natural disasters and cost the most money. They occur when storms cause rivers to overflow or by high tides. They cause enormous damage and loss of life. Volcanoes are explosions that happen from openings in the Earth's surface. Most volcanoes are located in the Pacific Rim. When volcanoes erupt, they spew magma, lava, and ash. There are between 1,300 to 1,500 volcanoes on Earth. Tornadoes. Where I come from, tornadoes are very common. A tornado is a spinning tube of air that touches the ground and a cloud above. They usually travel only a few miles, but can destroy everything in their wake. The U.S. has 1,200 a year, more than anywhere else in the world. Hurricanes. Hurricanes are strong tropical storms with high winds and heavy rain that develop in the Atlantic Ocean. Each hurricane has a boy's or girl's name. They cause tremendous damage when they hit land. They occur usually from June until November in the U.S. Just a few other disasters. Heat waves, or temperatures above 38 degrees Celsius, or 100 Fahrenheit, for an extended period of time. Last summer, we had quite a few heat waves. Hailstorms. Hail is little round balls of frozen rain, and they can destroy crops, cars, property, and they can kill you if they are large enough. Epidemics, something that's happening right now. An epidemic is a fast-spreading disease. Some serious others, often fatal, such as Ebola. Wildfires. We had those earlier in Australia as well. A wildfire is an out-of-control fire in inhabited areas. They destroy houses and crops. And thunderstorms, which are also common where I am from. Thunderstorms are when lightning can cause fires and kill people. So, we will review. The first disaster is the earthquake. So, which of these do not belong? I don't think fog. Oh, that was weird. So, the two words that don't belong here are fog and winds, because an earthquake can cause a tsunami, and there is also shaking, noise, and an earthquake is measured by the Richter scale. Next, tsunami. Well, I don't believe fires or tornadoes or lightning have anything to do with it. So as you know, an earthquake can cause a tsunami. And a tsunami has high waves and jet speed. It comes very fast. Now, a little quiz. Let's see. So here we have a tsunami. As I said, they can be created by earthquakes. I believe they are as tall as 30 meters, and they can travel as much as 2 kilometers inland. Yes, tsunami. Next. Here we have an earthquake. It clearly destroyed some buildings and knocked them over. As you know, these can be quite dangerous for areas in the world that have many of them. Next, take a look. Try describing what you see. What I see is very dry, cracked earth. I believe it is a drought. Yes. Next, for many of you who have gone skiing, you may have seen something like this. Take a few moments and describe what you see. What is it? An avalanche. Take a few seconds and describe what you see. It's very cold. We can see a lot of snow and no leaves on the tree. I think it is a blizzard. Good. Take a few seconds and describe what you see. What is it? It's a mudslide. Mudslide. So, thank you for paying attention. I'm sorry that couldn't last longer, but we have some more materials for you after the video in the links below. Here is the homework. I will send you a link where you can fill it out and send it directly to me at my email. So, thank you all again, and have a lovely evening.